So, so I'm laying here thinking about when I was a kid. I used to live on 3rd Street, and these two brothers used to live on Hudson Street. These two dudes, man, used to beat me up every time. I mean, on sight. As soon as these guys see me, man, they would beat me up. And it didn't matter what part of the town I tried to hide in, man. These guys would find me like they were stalking me, man. They would find me and they would beat me up. So I remember coming out of the boys' club, and one of the brothers was going in, and I stopped him. I'm like, "Yo, man." I'm like, "Yo, why you always fight me, man? You and your brother always fight. What I do to you? Why y'all gotta fight me all the time?" And he looked at me with almost disgust in his face and said, "Fight you? I don't fight you. I beat you up. And the reason I beat you up all the time is because you don't ever fight me back." And he walked away. And I stood there, man, with my mouth wide open, man. I was floored. I was floored not because of what he said and how he said it. I was floored because what he said was the truth. I never fought these dudes back because I figured, let me let them do what they do because, I can go home after this. But what happened is that I was fueling their thirst to beat me up again. That's why they beat me up every time they see me, because I let it happen. But it was that day. It was that day that I said, listen, the next dude that want to fight me, they going to have to bring it because we going to get it in. And I went uptown to number 11 School Park. Number 11 School Park was crowded that day, man. It was hot and everybody was in the park. And I ran into John Lee Johnson. Now, John Lee Johnson was this arrogant boxing dude, man. And he was a little older than me, but, I didn't care. He talked slick to everybody, but I didn't care. He walked past me and he said something slick, and I jumped on this dude with both feet. Man, John Lee Johnson whooped my ass that day. John Lee Johnson whooped my ass that day, man, and the whole park was a witness to it. And man, I got up off the ground. I got up off the ground, man, and my lip was swollen and my eye was swollen, and I poked my chest out, man. I poked my chest out and I walked away. The reason I poked my chest out because I felt good that I fought him back. I fought him back, and the whole park was a witness to not only did I fight him back, but I put everything I had into it. I put my heart into it, so they knew that if they wanted to fight me, that they're going to have to bring their A game, and they're going to have to pack a lunch because I'm going to give it everything I had. About a week later, I was downtown on 3rd Street, and I ran into Kenny. Now, me and Kenny were about the same age. He's a little bigger than me. But Kenny was talking about my mama. Kenny was talking about my mama, man, and he got in my face. And me and Kenny went at it, man. You hear me? Me and Kenny went at it. But I won the fight. And I stood up, and it was right there, man. At that time, I said, Raheem, man, if you fight, if you give it all you got, then you can win. Here's my point. Life will sometimes whoop your ass. Life will sometimes beat you down, but you got to fight back, no matter whether it's the loss of a job or whether it's the loss of a loved one or a relationship, a loss of money, illness and depression, whatever it is, you got to fight back. Because if you don't fight back, you're always going to lose. But if you fight back, you can be victorious. Stay grounded. Stay focused.